Hi friends, little sneaky me. Yes, I have been keeping a secret that I can't hold anymore, and I have to let you, and I'm so excited to let you know about it, okay? If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Marlene, and this is me, Unique Liela. I've been blogging forever. I'll link all my social media underneath, my Instagram, everything is Unique Liela. And I would love it if you find the content that you like. If you want to follow me, I would appreciate that. And I want to say welcome to all the new subscribers, guys. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the comments and the feedback. And I had a couple of ladies that shared one of my videos. Thank you so much, and I would love it again. The best way to grow a channel is to just kind of share videos, so I would appreciate that. So I'm a little nervous, can you tell? Okay guys, I have been holding on to this for a while because I'm the kind of person that I have to be really sure about something before I kind of commit, sort of. And sometimes even if I do commit, it doesn't, I just don't, as the older I get, the more I want to make sure if I'm going to do something, it's going to be 100%. So I've been really excited. This is something that it's like a dream of mine. I've been wanting to do this for like a very long time. I think ever since I started blogging, like, I don't know, I started like really being publicly out there, I think like 15 years ago or something. I mean, I'm old school. I never had an account. I used to have, the biggest technology I had was like beepers. That's how old I am. We didn't have computers when I was growing up in school or anything like that. Everything I've done is self-taught through, you can learn heart surgery on YouTube. I mean, but you still got to do it. So to make a long story short, this has been a dream of mine to do since I started blogging and working with Meeks Media and things like that. It's like a dream come true. But I never had the time, basically, the opportunity or the time. I've always had, there was a point in my life when I lived in Miami, I had 3 jobs at one point. I barely had time to do anything. So now that I'm older, I have a little bit more time, and I have been blessed with more time, and I have been blessed with not having, it sounds terrible. It doesn't sound terrible. It's a blessing. How could it be terrible? Not to have, because God knows what he does somehow. He does. He just knows what he does. I have time now. I have time since I moved here. I have time. Things have changed for us for the positive, for the good. I'm not working full time, which I think would have been a big mistake on my part, I think. So God has chosen to bless me in other ways by, I started opening my mind up and saying, what do I really know how to do that I really love to do? And it's crafting. And then my whole journey took off, and I've been doing journals, and it's been amazing. So this leads to the push that I needed, because you guys know that I love my junk journals. I've said this 100 times. They're not really junk journals, but I call them junk journals because they're in the junk journal style. But I work with digital printables, which I love, 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 love. And most of the content of my journals are the printables, the digital printables. So that led me to push my dream forward and work on it and train myself and learn. Very time consuming, but it's such a challenge and so rewarding, you guys. Okay, so if you haven't guessed it yet, guys, I am going to be designing my own printable digital art, and I'm so excited. That sounded like it didn't even come out of my mouth. It sounded like a dream come true, like something I always wanted to do. But first of all, I didn't have the knowledge at all. Like I said, I'm old school. This is all foreign to me. So, but I'm very determined. And also my husband always says that my biggest phobia, which she's right, and my biggest fear is to be bored. I cannot be bored. I have to be doing 3-4 things at the same time. That keeps me motivated. It keeps, it keeps me on tune. So my husband said, one more thing. I said, yes, I have to. So I have been playing around with this for about, I would probably say like 3 months now. And now I'm really confident. I'm like 100% confident I can do this. So I went online and kind of really taught myself how to do this. And I can't believe that I learned. And it's amazing. And it's so much fun. Okay, this is not to say that I am not going to. I just have something pretty here to look at. This is not to say that I'm not going to work with other artists and other creators and other kits. I am. I definitely am. There's room here for everybody. And everybody's a little different. We may use the same exact image in a different way. That's your art and that's this person's art. It's all art. Who cares? So I'm definitely going to be intermingling because, as you know, sometimes I do, and this is where your opinion, I'm going to need your opinion and your ideas later on at the end. And this is kind of where they are going to come in because I struggle with the same thing. Okay, so let me just give you a little tiny little sneak peek. First of all, I don't have a store. I haven't opened my Etsy store yet because I figure if I put it out here, because I'm scared. I don't know why. But I figure if I put it out here and show you guys, then I'm committed to just, Marlene, just do it. You're loving it. You're having fun. I feel like I have discovered a whole new medium to create with, and that's graphic design. It's like a whole new world that I have been looking from the outside, wanting to be in there, but I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know. I mean, I was scared. Basically, I was just scared. So now I figure if I put it out here and I'm telling you this and I'm committed, I'll have to open my Etsy store. And I have a few little things that I can put in my Etsy store. Not a lot, but a few little things. So let me show you the first thing that I ever designed, guys. And it took me like about 4 weeks to do this. Not all the time, all the time working, but little by little. It did. It took me, I would say, close to a month just to master that, just because I wanted to, and it's so much fun. Okay, let me show you my work, a little bit of my work, a little tease. This is her, and I'm calling her Little Ella. This was the first thing I ever designed. I'm going to frame her. It's not a big deal. I mean, a lot of other artists have done more beautiful work than this, but I wanted to master the layering effect. I wanted to master shading. There's, I don't know if you can see it, but there is an image very faint back here. There's a very faint, I wanted to master that, but what took me the most was creating her shadow. Her shadow back here, guys, this is so insignificant, but it was driving me bananas that I couldn't figure out how to create that faint little shadow. And the minute I figured that out, I thank God. I said, thank you, Jesus, because you have put this in my heart a long time ago. And I had to, like I said, put it in the back burner because I didn't have the time. And the moment that I mastered that I figured that out, it was like if God was telling me, you can so do this. This is what you wanted to do for a long time and you can do it. So my whole heart changed. I mean, this is so silly, but I'm telling you exactly what happened. My heart just changed once I got her little shadow going. I was like, yes. So I'm calling her Little Ella. I don't know if I'm going to put her in a kit. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. But I also did a little bit of shading here, that you can see the flower underneath a little bit. That took me a long time to figure that out. But this was the very first. This was her. So once I did Little Ella, then I went nuts, because then I was like, I started looking at other graphic designers, which I have been looking forever because, as you know, I print them. And I was like, you know what? It seems like everybody has a style. Everybody has like their own unique style. And, sometimes I get caught up on style. When I was younger, I was really caught up on style. Now I really don't care. But in my creativity, I kind of want to say I don't care, but I do. Because I'm always going back to like, what's my style? Am I shabby chic? Am I vintage? Am I boho? Do I like that whole bohemian, colorful, happy thing? Or am I real subdued, shabby chic? Or just kind of muted, vintage? I don't know what I am. So then I started thinking, after I did this and it came out and God put that in my heart that you can so do this. I said, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Lord, I'm doing it. And then I was like, okay, what am I doing? What do I want to do? First of all, I got to have to identify. First, I think the most basic thing is to identify your style. So I was like, okay, what is my style? I have come to the conclusion, guys, that I don't really have a style. So in my shop, you're not going to see everything shabby chic, everything it isn't me. And I'm okay with that. I'm like a little bit of everything. As you can see in some of my work that I've done before, I can go from real girly pink to like a real, bright boho journal. I like everything. I've always have loved everything. So I'm not going to change or lock myself into a style just because that's what in the back of my head I think I maybe should do, but I'm not going to do that. So you're going to see a mishmash of things. Just to tell you that. So again, this is my little Ella. I've already determined that I can so do this because God told me so. And I've already determined that I'm good with not having a style. So now what do? Create. Just go crazy and just sit there and create whatever you want to create. First of all, you know, it's a whole procedure. You got to find your images and excuse me. They have to be royalty free, you know, the whole thing. But once you get that established, you got your images, you know where you're going to get your images. By the way, a lot of my images on this, the beginning, all of these are Graphic Fairy. But later on, I've already subscribed to 2 other places. So, and all these places where you get your images, you know, they have the restrictions. You have to alter them and all this bunch of stuff. But anyway, you can research all that if there's something you want to get into. But okay, once Ella was done and my heart was at peace and I was good with like I don't have a style, then I started just creating. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to alter me some invoices because it's very basic. We all need invoices and I use them all the time in my journal. So I went for it and I started just adding a little something to some French invoices. Very basic French invoices. We've seen them before. Everybody has their little take on them. So again, I picked some favorite images that I liked. And then, you know, I did some layering in the back. You probably cannot even see it, but there is a little bit of layering. See how you can see a little something back there? That gives me pleasure. Just, I know that they're there. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I went with the French invoices, just kind of, you know, in my head, trying to keep them where I can mix and match with anything else. I mean, this one, I love how this one turned out. Here I was working on my fading, you know, my shading on, you know, that, you know, you get a little bit more confident and then you try to, you know, you experiment with different things. And like, guys, these are like my very first with Ella, and then I did this. I have never in my life done any of this before at all. I went in, you know, head first. So I like these because I know what I kind of like. What else? I made another one here. Like I said, they're kind of neutral to me. This one again, some layering back there. I don't know if you can see them, but I mean, you know, once you print them, they're so much prettier. Oh, I just love them. So I just did a few of these to kind of play with a little bit and, you know, pick some edges. Did some bright ones in purple. I'm like on a purple thing now that I'm like loving purple. And, you know, some things in the background. So then, you know, once I finished the French invoices, I said, let's just keep going. Let's not stop. So then I said, what else do I like to do? I go, I like bright. And I like boho, and let's try some of that. So then I jumped to that. Why not? Because remember, I'm all over the place. So I did some bright ones. And here I was experimenting with just different layers on the edges and a lot of different fading and trying to put my flowers underneath and then some on top. And, you know, just playing around, you know, layering in the back, just kind of messing around. So I went with like a little boho theme going on again in my head, thinking that it can go with lots of other digitals that I already own from lots of other artists. So that's what I'm thinking, because I first started designing this, to be perfectly honest, for me. I started designing for me because sometimes I know what I want in my head for that journal, and then it takes me 5 hours to search in so many stores to find something similar to what's in my head. That's just me. So I kind of really started doing this for real selfish reasons, because I started designing what I wanted, you know, for whatever journal that I had in my head that I wanted to do. So that's how this whole thing kind of like evolved to these invoices. So let me just go quickly. This, again, experimenting on the shading and all kinds of things. So here I was a little bit more confident because those were my first ones. So, you know, I'm letting loose a little bit here, especially with the bright colors, just kind of dill, my garden. And that's also another thing, guys. I'm going to have to restructure. My husband's going to help me on that because he's really good at time management. I don't have enough hours of the day to do everything that I do. Like, I'm not whining, but, you know, I have, even though I don't work, I work in my home, and I'm blessed, so blessed that God made it that way for me here. I cannot thank him enough. But, you know, I have a home to run. My husband's my baby because I don't have kids. My garden is, my garden is where I feel closest to God, where he talks to me, where I feel his presence. I'm not giving that up. I'm not giving that up, ever. So I have to manage my time somehow, because this is, I was told by somebody that this is very time consuming, and they were right. It is time consuming, but it's so enjoyable. So I'm going to have to restructure my journals. Have you seen, like you have seen them, they're very, to me, they're very time consuming. I use a lot of material. That means a lot of things you got to touch and put together. I do sewing, and it's a lot of work. My journals are a lot of work. So something's got to give. Maybe cut back a little bit on the journals. I don't know, but I really want to dive into this, and I have to, you know, find my time from somewhere. And in my heart, just like God put little Ella in my heart, I know my garden, of course, my house and my husband, I'm not going to cut back on that. But the other thing is my garden, and like I said, I can't cut in my garden because that's my place where I go talk to God. Okay, this one, look how pretty. Let me just show you real quick because I've been busy a little bit. And then, you know, of course, I like roses and stuff like that. So, and then here I was working with, you know, just layering some frames and, you know, shading and all that good stuff. And then I made what I'm calling like little journaling, little, you know, or it could be like a journal page if you want it to be. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what direction I'm going to take. I did some journaling cards out of this color. And then I said, you know, what also am I? I am also shabby chic. Yeah, I'm shabby chic. So why don't I design some cute little things that are shabby chic and get my feet wet and see, you know. So I went to Graphic Fairy and I picked up the most basics of images that have been out there forever. 100 people have done these. And that's cool because that's 100 of their intake. This is 100 of what I want to do with those images. So I picked up, like I said, the most basic. I think these are older Graphic Fairy. They're not the latest, but I love them. So I did some wallpaper collages with them. And I know this is a very popular image. I've seen it and I've used it before from other artists, but I just wanted to experiment on it. I wanted to do some layering and more of my dill, because dill, I don't know, garden, God, dill, I don't know. So I did some, I'm calling them my wallpaper collages. That's what I'm calling them. I love working with frames. So then I jumped. These were the last ones that I did. So I think in my head, these are a little bit more refined, more defined, because I already was more confident on the program and what I was doing. And, you know, this is more, I love that image there. And this is a very popular, people have changed the background. They've done all kinds of things with that. I love it. And this little shading of this image here, I really enjoy doing that. I love that. And then just more little collages and things. But this is definitely shabby, 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 shabby. So this is another part of me. This is another me part. So I can go from this to this. And I'm cool with that. That's who I am. So again, in my shop, you're probably going to see a lot of mishmash of all kinds of stuff, depending on what my mood is. I made some longer, more of the bigger, longer, they can be pages or journaling cards or whatever. Then, I don't have it here, but I already started playing with this. I made some really cute tags, some envelopes back here, out of the same collection. This is so pretty. And then the journaling cards, I did end up cutting some of them up. So, anyway, so that's kind of what it's happening that I'm so excited about. So as my confidence built, you know, things started, you know, developing in my head and all that. But this is where I would like to very much, to very much get your opinion on. I think little Ella is so cute. Where I haven't determined or defined, or maybe I'll do both. I don't know, but I would love to know what you think. I would love to know your opinion. And I know there's a lot of my friends out there that, a lot of the girls that buy my journals also like digital art because they make their own journals with digital arts from other artists. I'd like to know I'd like to know what you like. Do you prefer buying a whole, first of all, you know, these are very inexpensive. So, but I want to know if you prefer to buy a whole, well, some people are not, but I'm going to be very inexpensive. If you like to buy a whole kit, a complete kit, where you get, you know, the same everything, you know, the same theme type of thing, and you get the background pages, the journaling pages, the collage pages, the tags, the tickets, you know, the whole kit. You get everything, boom, one bundle. Or do you prefer to be broken up? You know, like the tag kit is one kit, one little kit. And, you know, if you prefer a collection to be broken up into little, because sometimes I do, because sometimes I know I do personally like that, me. But I don't want to influence your opinion, but I do like that because I don't work with just one collection. I might like the tags from this girl, and I might like the pages from this girl, and I might like, so for me personally. But then again, I know books that I've done, journals that I've done, where I've used the whole complete kit because it's so cute and adorable that I just get the whole thing. So let me know underneath what works for you, and what would you like, what would you prefer to, for what direction do you think I should do? Should I do big gigantic kits or break them down in little kits? Do you also your opinion, you know, I'm calling these styles by name, but they really don't have any name. You know, if you guys like more of the shabby, if you guys like more of the bright, you know, boho type of bright colors, or do you like more of the muted vintage? That I would really appreciate that too. I would like to know your feedback on that too. That would help me a lot to find out what I want to design. I like it all, so I can design anything. I like everything. So guys, wish me well on my new venture. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I'm really good that you know, God just put it in my heart. Go for it. You've been wanting to do this for a long time. Just go for it and just do it. And if anything, do it for yourself. So let me know, guys. I hope you liked a little bit of the sneak peek. Please don't be too judgmental because these are my first ones. I've never, ever, ever done this before in my whole life. So these are my very first ones that I've done. So I try my best, but they're my first. I'm just new at this. Okay, so my new store is going to be launching. I'm not sure when. I really don't. I don't know if I don't put it out here, nobody's going to know because nobody knows me that I do digital. So I could open my store and just like, don't say anything and nobody's going to know. But I promise I will let you know. I don't know when I'm going to open it, if it's going to be before the holidays or after the holidays. If I do it, it has to be now because from now on I'm going to be very busy. I started my Christmas journals and I have a couple of ladies waiting for Christmas journals. So that's my top priority because I already promised. So if I do open my store, it has to be like right away, or I have to wait till like after the holidays to kind of let you know. But I'm going to be doing a grand opening, the officially grand opening of my new digital art store. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for that store. I'm going to be doing a little celebration. Some things are going to change in my channel. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. And some things are going to be changing in what I create. And a lot of things have to change because I decided to do this. Okay, the time's got to come out of somewhere. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I let it out and let you all know. So give me some feedback and let me know. Let me learn what you think. Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks for watching. God bless. And I mumbled on and on. God bless. Bye-bye.